Running now. Get everyone checked in. See that we have Patrice. Could you remind me your name? Is it Evie?
Patrice Evie Burke, U-R-K-E.
That's right. Welcome back.
Thanks.
So we have Matt Lashide from our zoning department. Welcome, Matt.
Good morning. Thank you.
And I have someone under URP in the conference room there. If you could give me your name and who you're representing here today.
Hi, David. Gil Guthrie with Uptown.
All right, welcome. Could you spell your last name for me?
Yeah, G-U-T-H-R-I-E.
Okay. Welcome. All right, on the applicant owner side, are we expecting anyone else to join us here today? Okay, let's get started. I need to read through my hearing script here. This will just cover the procedure for the hearing, and then we will jump right into it. So this is the July 19th, 2023 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. My name is David Sturkey. Again, I'm the zoning hearing examiner. I'll preside over the case today, which is case number ZH20230105. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer and refute evidence and testimony. This hearing will follow the rules found in the zoning code and the supplemental rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. The hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent, excuse me, will first present the applicant's case. If there were anyone here from the public, they would have an opportunity to speak after the applicant had presented its case. Let's see, I'll give Matt Lashide an opportunity to weigh in on this application in addition to his staff report. In the event that any party testifies or offers argument in opposition to this application, the applicant will have an opportunity to rebut that testimony and or argument offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. I may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt any speaker to ask questions or to make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties with the Zoom technology, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly, but to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with the hearing, I may continue or postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing any testimony here today, doing anything other than just strictly observing, you need to be sworn in. And so if that's you, if you could take yourself off mute and raise your right hand, I need everyone to answer out loud. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, great. Who's going to be taking the lead for us here on the presentation?
I can start.
Okay.
I can start.
Sure.
Good morning. And David, I think you're familiar with this property, at least because you approved a conditional use for residential on the ground floor of the adjacent building.
Yep.
So the adjacent building is 237 William Howard Taft, which was formerly an office building occupied by Christ Hospital and the Hamilton County Board of Health. Christ Hospital vacated the building over a year ago. The seller then, or they didn't own the building. The seller put the building on the market. We purchased the building in March and are undergoing an adaptive reuse of the building to turn it into 103 apartments. Related to that transaction, there is a parking lot to the west of the property that Christ Hospital had used as an accessory parking lot. So when they occupied the building, they used all of the parking that's on the site of 237. There's hundreds of parking spaces there, and in addition to a structured parking garage, and they used this lot next door for to park some of their vehicles. They have a large nursing school that's underparked that they shuttle people back and forth from. So they really used it as accessory parking for their main hospital needs. In addition, there's a church across the street called People's Church, and they use this on the weekends when they have services, as they have an agreement, just a handshake agreement with Christ Hospital that their parishioners can park here. So it's been used as a parking facility as an accessory use. And we subdivided the property. And then that's why we're here, is because the property was subdivided and then subsequently it creates a use that's non-conforming. That's kind of the background. it certainly, Christ Hospital has really a desperate need for parking, and they will continue to operate this parking lot really exactly as I described it.
Gotcha. So what was the subdivision? Where did it split the property exactly? Is it the parcel A and the parcel B that's in the staff report?
Pretty much. Yeah. Not pretty much.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm just trying to get a sense. Is parcel A just exclusively parking then? Is that right?
That's right.
It's all one large parking lot. Okay, gotcha. And so to keep it as a parking lot, this is why we're here for the conditional use. Is that right? Okay.
Correct. Because it's not technically serving the building next door, in which case it would just be permitted.
Gotcha. Okay. And so will that parking lot, remind me then, what will that parking lot be used for then?
It'll be
On
used for
parcel?
parking. It'll be used for parking.
Yeah, I'm sorry, serving what?
So it'll continue to
Facility.
serve kind of the existing, what it's been used for historically will continue. So it's really it's essentially overflow parking for Christ Hospital on their main campus, which is 3/4 of a mile away on Auburn Avenue. So they park, for example, a big use for this lot is the nursing students park here because they have a nursing school on site, but they don't really have any parking for it. So they shuttle people. So nursing students park here. I'm not exactly sure what other Christ Hospital employees park here or when. They do park some vehicles here occasionally, like they'll have a shuttle bus or two that's parked here, not all the time. And then the church across the street, which is called People's Church in Corryville, they will continue to park here on the weekends.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to share at this time?
Only if you have questions.
Okay. Mr. Guthrie, did you want to add anything?
Only if you have questions.
Okay. Matt? Any
Not
comments?
too much to add. Comment that the approval of this would not change the exterior appearance of the site. It would look and operate the same as it is right now. Subdivision and conditional use would allow this property to potentially eventually be redeveloped. But yeah, the main thing is that it wouldn't appear to change how the site looks. It's just a little hiccup in the zoning code that we're trying to overcome because of the subdivision and some of the zoning regulations. So
Gotcha.
with that, staff recommends excuse me, because it wouldn't change anything. Doesn't seem like there'd be any real impacts on the neighborhood or surrounding property owners, and staff recommends approval.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have any questions about this. Are the plans to redevelop the site in the future? Is that tentatively what?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how parking needs evolve over time and how Christ will continue to build up their campus and what their needs are. We fully expect that this will be developed into the future, most likely into a residential use.
Gotcha. Okay. Who actually owns parcel A?
Christ Hospital.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool. I don't think I have any other questions. Anything else you want to say in closing or otherwise before we adjourn?
No, thank you.
Okay. I've had a chance to review the application materials on this and the staff report. Based on that and the testimony I've heard here today, I will approve this. I think, Ms. Burke, as you know, the process for that is that I need to formalize my decision in a written opinion. That typically takes about 2 weeks. Summer's been really busy. I've got a little bit of a queue, so I think 2 weeks is probably a realistic expectation. But I'm trying to work through those decisions as quickly as possible. So I'll get that to you as soon as it's finished. If you have any questions or you want a status update on the decision, just reach out to me, and I'm happy to answer any questions or provide an update. Okay.
Thank you. You know what? But I need to correct myself. The property is not transferred to Christ Hospital yet. Just so you know,
Okay.
We own it, but we intend to transfer it to them after this. So thank you.
After this part. So when you you bought the property pre-subdivided from Christ Hospital, right?
Well,
And-
we bought it from the sellers. Christ Hospital was the former tenant. Didn't own the building.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. And then subdivided it. And now you're going to sell this portion of the parking lot to Christ Hospital
That's right.
for them to continue to. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, but we just haven't transferred it yet because we needed this approval.
Gotcha. Okay. And then if it's developed into a residential development, they would sell it back to you?
Correct.
Okay. It's not necessary for me to understand why that is the case, but it's approved nonetheless. Thank you for correcting that though. I appreciate it. Okay, great. Well, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, just look for an email coming in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.